among the worst films of the year.
Worse, it reeks of intellectualized noirishness.
It stinks. It stinks.
Okay. Ow. Let's see how many of these bad boys we can get through. Boobs are magic! If you're anything like me, you watched Jim Varney's surprisingly timeless comedic character, Ernest P. Worrell, an overly friendly buffoon who got his start starring in regional used car commercials before somehow catching the American imagination by storm and going on to have a film career that spanned decades. Because that's how we did things in the 80s. Despite these humble beginnings, the world of Ernest was surprisingly fantastical. Meeting Santa Claus, getting superpowers to defeat his evil doppelganger, helping the ghost of Ben Franklin, I think, uncover a secret national treasure, and of course, fighting an army of ogre gremlins, be cursed upon a town, and only defeating them thanks to the power of unconditional love, taking the form, in this instance, in milk. Boob milk. Boobs stop evil. And all with the wonderfully creepy practical use of makeup and costumes, and monsters scary enough to spook the kids but also entertain older audiences. If you haven't haunted this film since VHS met its fate, drop whatever you are doing right now and find a copy.
Rite that can be performed once a century when the moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius.
Blood.
Are you getting?
The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
For the most part, I despise the ensemble cast in a haunted location film that ruled the 90s and early noughties, including House of Wax, Ghost Ship, etc., etc. Horrible, horrible films, and as much of a scourge as the lazy, lazy jump scares in current films. But then there's House on Haunted Hill, a relatively low-budget remake of the 1950s classic, starring Vincent Price. So iconic was Price, they didn't even decide to recast it as someone else, they just cast someone as Vincent Price. Here in this case, Jeffrey Rush, whose performance is, as usual, scene-stealing as fuck. Not to say the rest of the cast should be underappreciated or the Art Deco old Hollywood haunted madhouse aesthetic that World builds weren't amazing in their own. Just that, you know, Jeffrey Rush. See this movie. House of 1,000 Corpses scared the ever-living fuck out of me. It's not only that the characters were distilled horror tropes, or that the designs were ghoulish at a level of nightmarish. It's that it was unrelenting. It never stopped. Just when you went for a break, it got worse. Exponentially worse. It never quits, never turns down, never tones down, never rests, never stops, never breathes, never takes a moment for a nice picnic in the woods. For it is wicked in every way that word can possibly mean. Moving on quickly. Quickly, let's get the fuck out of here.
Did you see that? Did you see all those cats just leaping right at you from the screen? Right at you!
Either you love Event Horizon for trying, or hate it for failing. Personally, I adore it as vintage 90s schlock. There are more than enough breakdowns on YouTube about this film. What was intended, what happened in production, how it was received by audiences and critics, and found new life in the rental market as cult kitsch. But I'm saving my Lovecraftian / Sam Neill comments for another film altogether. Go watch Event Horizon. I fucking love The Mouth of Madness. This shit is my bread and butter. This shit is my jam. This shit is my pig's breakfast. A pitch-perfect combination of King and Lovecraft. A slow burn study on the nature of how real life and fiction interact through the lens of a New England missing author hunt. And shot with minimalistic care for small-town creepiness world building. Atmom, which is, yes, what we're going to be calling it, but I'll probably never actually say that again, feels like experiencing a classic Lovecraftian story set in an 80s king burner. A fourth wall shattering feature that succeeds in putting you in the hapless hero's shoes so well that come the wonderfully bizarre and self-aware ending in which our hero joins the audience of the very film itself. Neil's own character arc is so complete and understood by the audience that it puts most other displays of one bad day to shame. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short little rundown of some of my favorite spooky Halloween films. Let me know in the comments what yours are, and hopefully I haven't forgotten anything that may come back and bite me in the ass in the middle of the night, and steal my soul and suck me back in time. Nothing at all. Not a thing. Nothing at all. Not a thing.
Sherman, I just realized you insulted me. Now you will die.
Hey, Nutnick, your shoes untied.
From here they appear to be tied, but I will go in for a closer look.
Taxi! To the airport!
On closer inspection, these are loafers.